It's good.
Yeah, you can't.
I'm live, so all right, we got some people viewing. Looks like I think it's 3 people. Can y'all hear me? I don't know. Well, there's 5 people. Let me see. I'm gonna log in right here, so you can. I don't know if I can see my stuff. Yes, you can hear me. All right, cool. Well, we're gonna kind of just wait a couple minutes, see if we get some people to log in, and we will start here in a minute. So I see you guys. Linda, hello. Hello, Michelle, Tinkerbell, Maggie, Shirley, Dave, Angie, Big Smitty. What's up, cuz? Romantic. All right. From Cleveland, Texas. Hey, Cleveland's not too far from us. We're actually in Pearland, right outside of Houston, so not too far. So let's see. Never seen you. I've never been live before. This is my first time going live. I figured today actually marks my 2-year anniversary of making YouTube videos. And at the same time, this week I hit 5,000 subscribers. So I thought it'd be a perfect time to do my first live video. You kill that Rich Peeps garbage, bro. All right, thanks, David. Seabrook, okay, romantic. Yeah, that's Seabrook. They've got a real nice little restaurant down there that my wife likes to called Seafood. Seabrook Waffle Co. Hi from California. Hey, Purple Fish, thank you. Let's see. So first, I guess we could start by saying thanks to everybody who is subscribed to the channel. I started doing this 2 years ago today. I actually started watching a guy named Taco Stacks. I'm sure you guys know Taco Stacks, and also Tucker and Sammy. They have trash picking videos as well as other stuff. And I thought, man, I'm doing the same thing as they're doing. Why couldn't I go ahead and make the YouTube videos and record them and just post them on there? So I was really new, didn't really know what I was doing. So I just recorded this stuff and just put it on YouTube. And lo and behold, people started watching. So it took about a year to get to about 1,000 subscribers. And then from a year to now, I'm like currently around 5,300. So it's going quicker. So I'm hopefully, to be at 10, 15,000, that'd be awesome. Yeah, Taco Stacks. I love watching Taco Stacks too. Tucker is a dig. I like Tucker. Tucker's cool. Tucker and Sammy, they're different. I like how they have a great personality. I do enjoy watching their cleanouts. I have nothing bad to say about them, man. They're young. They're new to this, and they do got a lot to learn. I see them pass up some really good stuff, as I do. I know I've passed up some good stuff too, but Tucker and Sammy, and I would never say anything bad about them. They're great people. Let's see. He never looks inside bags. No, Linda, he doesn't. I think that's part of the growing. They like to look outside and then just grab stuff. And I know I've had all of my success really based on what I find inside the bags. Also, guys, I want to note that down at the bottom, there's a thing that you can click on. I think it's called a super chat. It's if you want to make a donation. If you don't, that's cool. But what it does, if you click on the super chat, it highlights your comment for a certain amount of time. I'm not sure how long it does it. So if you guys want your comment to be highlighted for a little bit longer, if you make a small little donation, it's not something that I'm asking for, but in case if I missed your question, it'll help keep it standing out for a little bit longer. Hey, Izzy. I like to say Izzy's my #1 fan. Let me see. Oh, Little Picker. Oh, that's my daughter, Little Picker. She's my second biggest fan. She's actually my number one fan, but it's a tie between her and Izzy. Let me see. So if you got, look at the other argument in the comments. So if you got a question, maybe hit, something so it'll stand out so I can see it, and let me know, and I'll go through some questions that people have asked me in the past, and try to get those answered for you. What got you started picking? All right, Big Smitty Writing. By the way, if you're not subscribed to my friend Big Smitty Writing, he just started a new channel. He does motorcycle vlogs. That's my brother, man. I love him so much, and he's a really, really funny guy, and he does some really, really nice videos. So check his channel out, and give him a like, give him a subscribe. He's a real good guy. So the reason I started picking, in 2012, we moved into this house, and it's a nice little neighborhood. It's a little bit of upgrade from the neighborhood that we were at before. And at the same time that we were moving in, a neighbor about 3 or 4 houses down the road was moving out. And I think they were renting the place. So they must have left everything behind because the owner had everything in the front yard. They had, everything that's in a household, they had it out there. So I walked over there and I saw a patio table with, I think it was 6 chairs. Oh, by the way, guys, I want to introduce you to somebody. This is my lovely wife, Iris. Say hi, babe.
Hi, everybody.
So she's going to be helping me and try to get some of these questions answered. If you guys got a question for her too, feel free to ask. So I picked up this patio table, and I think it was 6 or 8 chairs, and we went ahead and we used it in the backyard for a little bit. But I said, you know what? Let me see if I can sell it on Facebook. And I got $200 for it. And I figured, man, I could sell this for $200. And I found it in the trash. And it just kind of light went off in my head. And I said, well, I wonder if I could, find other stuff in these neighborhoods and, possibly sell them. So I started off not knowing anything as far as when to go, when heavy trash day was, what days of the week to go. And I just kind of went trial by error. And be honest with you guys, the first few months, I think I was going a lot more than I am now. I was probably going about 4 or 5 times a week. Sometimes I wouldn't find anything. Sometimes I would find a lot of stuff. So I ended up narrowing it down to really 2 days that I go. I usually go Sunday nights and I go Monday nights. Those are the 2 big days that I go. And that's when I find the most of my stuff. So that neighbor, me moving into this house and the neighbor throwing that stuff out, that's why I started trash picking. I figured if these people here are throwing stuff away that's good and sellable, I wonder how many other people are. And I just started keeping my eyes open for that stuff. I never really paid attention to anything that was in the trash in the past. It was just something that, I never really cared about until that one day. So that's what started me trash picking. Hey, Skeet Baker from Vermont. Michelle Gomez, she says, hi, Iris. Michelle Rodriguez says, hello. Little Pigger says, ooh, who's that pretty lady? That's your mama. So, another question that I get asked a lot is, why do you go picking at night? And one thing that I try to do, and I'm sure you guys have noticed, those of you who do comment on my videos, I try to respond to every single one of my comments while I can. I know when I was just a viewer and I would comment on somebody's video, and if they liked it or responded to me, I thought it was really cool. So I know it's important to have that interaction with the subscribers as much as I can. Hopefully one day it gets so much to where I can't keep up with it because it's too many of y'all, but we'll see. But the reason I go at night is because we got a lot of pickers and a lot of scrappers that are in this area. There's been times where I see 3 or 4 other people driving around when I go in the morning. So I go at night to really get ahead of that crowd, because if I go in the morning, most of the time I'm not finding anything. And I'm spending the same amount of time driving, looking, wasting gas, and there's nothing out there. Or if it is stuff out there, it's been really, really picked through. And I always say that, the early bird gets the worm. And so I try to be earlier than the early bird, try to be the night owl and get out there first and get the stuff before anybody else does. So that's why I go at night. Some people kind of always, man, do you ever get caught? That's another common question that I get. Hello, Jerry from Southern Illinois. Thanks for watching. Um, do I ever get caught? I say caught. No one's ever really busted me. People have walked up on me before when I'm trash picking, and I've never had a bad experience. Knock on wood. Every time that I've gotten, caught, I guess you could say, uh, the people, they know what I'm doing. They see me digging through this stuff, and most of the time, they've actually offered me other stuff. They've said, "Hey, I have this, that, or in the garage. I can't pick it up. It's heavy. If you want to help me, you can have it." And that's happened before. Cool story. If you guys don't know, my wife's in real estate, and she had sold my brother their new home here in the same town that we live in. And one day I was out driving around, and I saw this plastic shelves sitting out on the side of the road, and there was an old man sitting washing his truck out about 9 o'clock at night. And I kind of hollered at him and said, "Hey, do you mind if I pick up these shelves?" And he said, "Yeah, no problem." And he offered me a lawnmower and a weed eater. Now I was expecting an old beat up lawnmower and an old beat up weed eater that wasn't going to be worth anything. And so at first I was kind of hesitant to even look at it. And he said, "No, no, they're real good condition. I've only used it once." And it got too hot for me. So this guy, I guess what happened is he wanted to cut his own grass and do his own landscaping. And he bought a really nice Honda lawnmower and an Echo weed eater, which the lawnmower is about $400 or $500, and that weed eater is a $200 weed eater. And there was nothing wrong with them. I went to his garage, and I loaded it up in my truck, and I couldn't believe it. And then took him home. My dad, who's real handy, he cleaned up the carburetors, got them working, and I gave them to my brother since he had just bought a new home, and they've been working for him ever since. So one of the best things that I do like about trash picking is being able to help out people that kind of, not that necessarily might be in need or not, but if they are looking for something, instead of going out and paying $400 for a lawnmower, they just got a free one. Even if it's something small, I have people ask me, "Hey, I'm looking for just anything, small things, a shoe rack, or I'm looking for some tools or whatever. Do you have anything like that?" And I'll happen to find them. And that's funny because this happens so many times where someone asks me that, or tells me that they're looking for something. Like I have my cousin, he asked me if I had any weed eaters because he was trying to fix his and he needed parts for it. And I said, "I don't." And that same night I found, I think, one or two Echo weed eaters. It was either weed eater or blower. But I found them that same night. It's happened more than once where someone's niching, wanting something or needing something, and I find it that same day. So, hey Wanda, how you doing? Thanks for joining us on the live video stream. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to leave a question, and we'll do our best to get them answered. Wish we had stuff on the curbs. I'd like to get out there too. Purple fish. Yeah, I know purple fish. We've talked before through the comments, and it's amazing how some places don't let you put stuff out. I think you said that y'all take stuff straight to the landfill, right? I think you said purple fish, if I'm remembering the right conversation. But yeah, some places it can be tricky too, because I know there's some neighborhoods that have these big trash cans, and people throw stuff inside the trash can. And I'm, for one, not really keen on wanting to go through each individual trash can, because that can be a really, really, really long night. So I'm sure there's stuff that I've missed out before. You couldn't see me. Hey, what's up, man? How you doing? All right. So not too bad, guys. We got 26 people. Mr. J, what's up, Mr. J? Thank you for the $25, man. You're awesome. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. You got a question, Mr. J? I don't know who Mr. J is. It's mysterious. Yeah, Margie, I try to, I know I've had garage sales before, and you've seen some of my videos. Do I ride a Harley, David? No, I don't, David. I don't ride a Harley. I don't ride a motorcycle. I've always wanted to. When I was growing up, I always thought I'd be someone that rides a motorcycle, but I never got into it. here in this area, I know my friend Big Smitty can attest to this. There's some idiot drivers here in Houston, and it's kind of dangerous. So I don't think I'd ever, get into it unless I stayed to, back roads or anything. I felt I was saying something, but I got lost track.
The Harley.
Area allows large items out in bins once a month. You're famous. Love you, Mr. Picker. Thank you, little Picker. That's my daughter. I shouldn't say it though, but yeah. Let's see. What's another question that people ask me? Yeah, see, Crazy Hair Bride, need to get riding on my channel. Yep. Oh yeah, me riding? Yeah, that'd be awesome. Just a watcher from Montana. Hey Annie, thank you for watching. This week I'm enjoying it very much. Great. All right, Guadalupe, thank you so much. Hello, Darren from England. Wanda. No way I'd ride a bike in Houston. Yeah, no duh, man. I wouldn't do it either. Maybe if I got to be experienced, or if I drove, during off hours. Yeah. Oh yeah, so I was talking about the garage sales that I have, and one of my favorite things to do, honestly, is when you see these cute little kids walking around, and they're picking up these toys, and sometimes the parents can't afford to get them, or maybe they just don't want them to have them or whatever. So I always tell them, if it's okay with the parents, if they're walking around and they really wanted a little toy, I just let them have it, because I get so many of them that it's I'd rather see the smile on that little kid's face and walking away with the toy than make $1 or $2 or whatever the toy's worth. Mimi Mooter. Let's see. Michelle Gomez said, "What is the most you have ever made on a picked item?" That's a great question, Michelle. I think the most I've ever made was on a tanning bed. That's my wife, by the way. If you guys haven't said hello, that's my wife. She's going to be, I should get you in here with me instead of hogging up the whole camera. But, yeah, a tanning bed, that's the most expensive item I found. It was sitting out in the neighborhood where I always drive around, and I couldn't believe I saw that. I'll be honest with you, I don't even know what it was. It looked like some kind of capsule or something just laid out there on the road. And I got off the truck and I looked at it. I was like, man, this is a tanning bed. And I loaded it up in my truck by myself. And I don't know if I stayed out very long, because the tanning bed stuck out further than my actual bed of the truck. So I think I came right home after that, and I ended up selling that for $600. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I had it posted for $800 on Facebook, and within 4 days I had it sold for $600. So that, I think, is the most expensive thing that I've sold. Now, what else? I might have found more valuable stuff that just didn't sell for as much. And I'm trying to think if I think of anything else. Well, that's a big Smitty. Thank you, dude. Thank you.
Picking your full-time job by Mimi Mooter.
Mimi Mooter. No, picking is not my full-time job. I always tell my wife I'm always working, but I'm not. This is not my full-time job. I work for oil refinery here in the Houston area, and it's a full-time job there. It's 12 hours a day, rotating shifts, nights to days, back and forth. So on my days off, is when I do the driving around and pick stuff. I kind of, like I said, I only started doing this because my neighbor down the street had thrown all this stuff away. So when I found this good stuff that I just couldn't believe was in the streets, I was like, man, I just can't. It's kind of hard for me to let this stuff go out now. First of all, you're helping the environment, and by not having this stuff go to waste. But also, two things: you can either sell it to someone who's in need, or give it to somebody who's in need, or sell it to somebody for a lot less than you would, if they were to buy it brand new. So it kind of helps people out that wouldn't necessarily be able to afford that item at full retail value. So no, I don't do this full time. This is a really, really part-time thing. So trying to manage, doing my regular job, picking, selling stuff on Facebook and on eBay. Oh, what's up, Thrifty Treasures? That's Tanya with Thrifty Treasures right there. I've actually learned so much from Tanya. And if you don't subscribe to 50 Treasures, you need to go there right now because she has such great garage sale videos. Every now and then, she's had a little trash pick, but she does mostly thrifting and garage sales. And Tanya, really, thank you so much because I've actually learned so much from your videos. Stuff that would have never even looked at. Jewelry, costume jewelry. Are you kidding me? I mean, I just bought a bunch of costume jewelry today. And the only reason I even look into that kind of stuff is because I've learned from watching your videos. So thank you so much. And I got off track on what I was talking about earlier.
Well, Purple Fish is asking, have you ever bought a storage unit? If so, how did you do?
No, Purple Fish, I've never bought a storage unit. And something that I'm really itching so much to get into. What keeps me from doing it is the limited space. I don't want to start yet investing money into a storage unit to keep stuff in, though I might do that one day. But right now, with climate of the way the economy is, I don't know if I want to start investing into that right this second. But I do want to do storage units. There's so many good stuff that you can find there. One of my favorite channels is actually a channel called Locker Nuts, and this guy and his wife, I forget their names, but they go out there and they buy units. They find the most amazing things you would ever think of, and it's fun to watch. It's exciting to watch. So one of my favorite shows back in the day was Storage Wars, and I couldn't believe some of the stuff that they would find. Now, mind you, a lot of that stuff was probably staged, but still, it's people are finding good stuff like that out there.
Also, Rockets, Mr. J is Aaron Johnson.
Oh,
so he's supporting his buddy.
All right, Aaron. Thank you, bud. Let's see. Awesome. Enjoying the videos. Thank you, Mimi. Sherry Jeffries. Thank you. Paul Sullivan. What do you sell yourself? Diego Garcia. Hey, Diego. Thanks for the question. I sell most of my stuff on Facebook. Majority of the things that I sell are being sold on Facebook Marketplace. I do have some items on eBay and very few things on Mercari. Man, it takes so long for me to post stuff and get, because see on Facebook you can just take a picture, of something in your garage and post it and it'll sell quick. On eBay, man, people want to see good lighting, certain angles, and pictures all the way around, and detailed description. Man, it takes you a long time to make an ad on eBay because you're competing with so many people. So in order for you to be competitive and to sell, you got to be, real thorough. And being that this is not my full-time job, I just don't have the time to do it. No, I've been thinking about getting my daughter to get into it so she can do it, and I told her I'd let her keep the money, whatever she sold, but. She's in high school and she's gonna be busy too, so she's probably not gonna have time to do that either. But maybe I need to hire someone to tell me to do all that stuff and just pay them a commission or something. But yeah, Facebook is the most where I sell most of my stuff. I'd say 85% of my stuff sold on Facebook. I've also thought about doing what are those things called? A little antique mall, like a booth inside of an antique mall. Tanya with Thrifty Treasures is a kind of turned me on to that idea. I know she does that, and I've thought about doing the same thing. Just kind of leave stuff there, and let it go on consignment. Let me see. Paul, what happened to the nice patio furniture? Did you keep it? No, Paul. I ended up selling it for $200. And that's what kind of got me into doing this. After I was able to sell it, I was surprised. I was like, man, that was $200 right there. Easy money. So that's what kind of got me into doing it. Let me see. When is your next yard sale? Jerry, I'm not sure where my next yard sale is. I'm kind of skeptical of getting a yard sale. In my area, we're only allowed to have 2 yard sales a year and only one every quarter. So they can't be like a yard sale this week and a yard sale in 2 weeks. They've got to be separated by quarterly. And I've been to a couple yard sales since this COVID-19 stuff's been going on. And I'm just not seeing the same amount of people that I would usually see. There's been a couple that I've seen a lot of people at, but not like before. And the amount of work that goes in, because see, I have a lot of stuff. I'd say I have way too much stuff. And I always use garage sales to kind of purge, because I would sell as much as I could during the garage sale. And whatever didn't sell during my garage sale, I would just take to Goodwill or to some other kind of charity and just leave it there. And then I'll start over. I haven't been able to do that this year, so I'm stacked up in my garage. And it's a lot of work to get everything set up, get all the tables set up. It's really hot, and I don't want to go through all that and not be successful and not make, not necessarily make money, but sell the amount of stuff that I want to sell. So I'm not sure when my next garage sale. It might be next year if stuff doesn't clear up this year. So many details specific. Yeah, Tanya, it's a lot of details, and I seriously get a headache putting these ads on eBay. So yeah, come see me out there. Yeah, I think that's something that I want to do, Tanya, because doing the booth at the antique store, you don't have, like she says in her videos, you don't have to they don't have to be antiques. It can be anything. And I think I've got a good variety of stuff that I can continuously change my items to get people to coming back, especially since I'm getting it free. I don't have to get rich off these items. I can sell them for cheap and have people coming back. Sherry Jeffries. Hey, Sherry, thanks for your question. Yeah, I do prefer picking at night. I kind of talked about that a little bit, but I'll talk about it a little bit more. I do prefer picking at night because I get ahead of all those people that are out there picking in the daytime. We have so many pickers during the day that it's too competitive, and you get left with a lot of scraps. And at the same time, another thing that I didn't talk about in the previous section when I was talking about this, the neighborhoods that I drive in, they have their trash pickup really early in the morning. I've been out there at 7 in the morning before, and the trucks are out there driving around already. So not only are you competing with other pickers, but you're competing with the company that's picking up the trash. So they can get ahead of you, and it's just scrambling, man. It's hard to get a hold of all the things you want to get. We got 5,000 milestones. Thank you, Living for a Good Life. Appreciate you. All right, Wanda, thanks so much for coming by and stopping by. God bless you too. Sylvia, what's up, Sylvia? That's my homegirl. I've met Sylvia, not personally, but through here on YouTube, and we've become friends on Facebook. She owns a tattoo shop. So if you guys are in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, I believe that's where you're at, Sylvia. Go see her shop. She's got a tattoo shop and a piercing shop, and she also sells some really, really cool jewelry. She's got some really amazing jewelry that I've seen on her posts. So the craziest thing that I found, some people would think it's crazy, some people would think it's not crazy, but I did find a bunch of sex toys. Sorry, kids, if you guys are watching, but yeah, it was inside of a bag. I took a bag full of stuff, and that were stuffed in there. And funny story, Sylvia, I think I told you this one, but funny story to go with those sex toys is I was having a garage sale, and I found that bag full of sex toys. I think the night before I had my garage sale, and I was getting set up, and my mom was helping me. So my mom starts grabbing stuff, and she grabs one of these sex toys. It's in a box, right? So she grabs a sex toy and she opens it up, and she goes, Mijo, is this a massager? What is this? And my face turned red. I was like, Mom, put that away. It's this junk. It doesn't work. And so she was like, oh, she already had like 2 or 3 of them set up on the table, and she didn't even know what they were. So that was the craziest thing that I found. Let's see. What's up, Travis with Bartermania? Hey guys, Travis is. I know I like showing love to all these people out here. Bartermania. Check out his channel. His name is Travis. I met him out the garage selling and through Tanya as well. Man, Travis has got some pretty good content. He doesn't have a lot of it yet, but I know he's just got his camera. He's getting all this stuff situated. But I know here pretty soon he's gonna be having a lot of good content out there. He finds some really good stuff, and he's really, really, really smart guy. And I've learned a lot just from talking to him, seeing him at garage sales, and also seeing some of his videos. So Bartermania, check out his channel. His name's Travis. Really, really cool guy. Okay, I know they are so much work. Yeah, garage sales are so much work. Yeah, go see Sylvia in Dallas. She's done some really good stuff. What did you buy a jewelry today? Tanya, there's an estate sale in my in a neighborhood next to mine in Pearland. It's called Mary's Creek. And it wasn't advertised on any of those sites or nothing like that. Actually, a friend of mine that lives in the neighborhood texted me and said, hey, there's a neighborhood, there's an estate sale going on right now. So I went by, and it was late. It was like 12 o'clock, and they had some, it wasn't a lot, but they did have a couple pieces of jewelry. I found some silver jewelry that I ended up buying, a nice little men's ring. As a little pinky ring with, I think, like mother of pearl inlay inside of it. I found a tie pin that's made out of silver, some vintage costume jewelry, and some pocket knives, stuff like that. So nice to see you don't just keep the pics for yourself. Yes, Darren, I do try to hook people up. Just wondering, do you ever get hassled? Please, Bruce Junker. Hey, Bruce, thanks for the question. No, I've never been hassled. I've never had a negative experience with with people finding me
Or police.
or the police. I've actually been pulled over before because sometimes I can get really late out there when I'm out there driving around. And I've never had a negative experience with the police. They pull me over. I mean, it's their job, right? They're out there patrolling the neighborhoods to make sure that people are safe. And in some of these neighborhoods, they do have issues with people breaking into cars and doing stuff like that, vandalism. So every time that I've gotten pulled over, it's always been a real good conversation. They ask me, "Hey, do you live here?" Because they run your place, so they know you don't live there. And I don't really pick in my own neighborhood because it's a really small neighborhood. I go out a little bit ways, and they've always asked me what I'm doing. They tell me the same thing. Say, "Yeah, we've gotten calls about people breaking into cars, so we're just making sure." And it's always led to a good conversation of them asking me to keep an eye out while I'm out there driving around. If I see any suspicious activity, to call them. And I really think that they've got me in a lot of the systems because it's been a really long time since I've gotten pulled over. And I think what they do is every time they pull you over, they put in the computer system, I believe, that it was just like a check or something like that, and they let them know that, hey, this guy's out there, he's a picker, he's a scrapper. If you see him out there, he's really not up to any good. Let's see, just wondering if you ever find mucho dinero, my vicarious life. The most money I've ever found, I think it was like $140. Um, I always check pockets and pants. Now I check books. I've always checked books before, but sometimes I wouldn't bring them home just because, excuse me, these books, man, it's hard to get rid of them. Some of them are really old, but now I'm just going to go through a little bit more effort of bringing these books home. And if anything, if real old, I'll just throw them in the recycle bin and get them recycled. But yeah, $140 is the most cash I found at one time. Second was that $100 that I found in that book. I've walked up to a house before, and I do have this video. I walked right up to the trash that was sitting out there, and there was a box with clothes. I opened up the box. The very first pair of pants, I put my hands in the back pocket, and there was $40 in there. And of course, you find $2 here and there. I found jewelry. I found jewelry a lot, actually. Let me see. Yeah, Maria, I almost died too when I found out that my mom was, displaying the sex toys out on the tables at my garage sale, not knowing what they were. Do you have any garage sales going on now? There's a couple of garage sales in the area. I went to one this morning. Like I said, I found a couple of pieces of jewelry. The worst thing you ever found? I don't know. What do you mean by worse, Paul? I'm not sure if I try not to, when I look at bags, I'm very methodical about what I'm searching through. I don't go just through random bags and look in there and put my hands in. I try to see that there's big, because see, most over here in at least in the States, most people have the 13-gallon trash cans, right, that they have inside their house. So you see those are usually white, and that's usually food, rubbish that's, you don't want to dig through, stuff that's in the bathroom. But you also have those big 40-gallon heavy-duty trash bags. And you'll see that these people will, when they're moving out or they're clearing out something like that, they'll use these bags to put stuff in. So if I see a house that's got a bunch of these bags there and they're real bulky and they're real jagged looking, that there's stuff in there. A lot of times you'll see the same, but they're called contractor bags. They're real fat and weighted down at the bottom. It's usually going to be grass clippings or stuff like that. So I'm not sure what you mean by the worst thing, because I really don't get.
Like when you look in the boxes and found something, what's the worst thing? I guess grossest thing?
Like disgusting, I guess. I don't know. I really haven't found nothing gross or bad. I don't know. Pet poop. No, because see, that's kind of stuff that you'll see in a separate bag. I've never really go through those little. Oh, Sherry, thank you so much.
Thank
I
you.
agree with you. I agree with you. I do think I have a beautiful wife.
Sylvia says she has found someone's ashes.
You know what, Sylvia? Now that you say that, I think I found that before too. But I think there were a pet's ashes because they were in a little urn like this, but it had like a pet name. It wasn't like David or John or anything like that. I forgot what the name was, but I think I did find that before. They're ashes from a pet. Travis, man, I don't know. I'm not sure if they're going to shut down these garages. A lot of these estate sale companies have been doing really good about limiting the amount of people that could come in at one time. I've been to some that allow 8 to 10 people, and you got 15 minutes to look around. And if you don't find nothing, they kick you out and on to the next person. So I think as long as people are responsible and they manage their business correctly, there's no reason to shut stuff down. As long as everyone has their proper what we call PPE, mask, and if you want to wear gloves, wash your hands, use hand sanitizer. I do that all the time, anyways. I've always had hand sanitizer in my truck. Worst thing I found was ashes, locker nuts. Fun. Yeah, purple fish. I've actually found gift cards before with money on them. What's the most, about a $50 gift card? Mm-hmm. Probably to like a restaurant. It's probably the most expensive thing gift card I've found. I know people are on here upset and they view privacy issues. Keep those videos coming. Fantastic.
Sylvia, I did try that, but
the fish cake.
It was like my first one, and it tasted funny, but thanks for sending that. It was different, and I don't know. My kids' friends seem to know more about it than I did, so it was pretty interesting.
Was that Sylvia? Yeah, 15 minutes. Yeah, Tanya, that was. I've been to a couple of sales that they did that, and luckily they didn't have a lot of stuff in their house, so that's probably why they made that call. And I don't think they were really strict on it because it's kind of hard to manage 10 people. How long someone's been in there? You could probably do that with the first 10, but after that, people are coming in and out. It's kind of hard to manage. Did you eat the kush? Oh, that's what you're saying. What was it? What was your job in the service? My vicarious life. I wasn't in the service. My son is in the service. He's currently in the United States Army, and he's in Fort Hood. And I think he's coming down today
or tomorrow. He's an infantryman.
Yeah, he's an infantryman. He's very proud of that, and we're very proud of him.
Yes.
Yeah, I do that too. Anyway, I always have sanitizer. Yep. Me too, Tanya. Always have that hand sanitizer on. Let's see. Yeah, I've been doing good. Keep these questions coming. Keeps the video going smoother and keeps everything going. I have a question for you, brother. Have you ever found something, looked at it, and decided, nah, I can't take this? Mr. J, to be honest with you, man, if I feel that I can sell it or give it away or something like that, I'll take it. The only time I look at something and don't take it is if I think it's going to be too much of a hassle to either sell or if it's going to need a lot of work to get it fixed. I don't know. I've seen, family photos, maybe something like that. Like if someone has like a bunch of family photos in there, I don't take stuff like that if I can avoid it. Sometimes you get a bag full of stuff and, you can't avoid that, but some things that are personal, I try not to take those. So
Jerry, I do go with him sometimes. He can stay out for hours. So if I go with him, it'll be on a short trip, and it's because we're going to get ice cream on the way. So I do like to go get my ice cream, ride with him through that little neighborhood, look at the pretty houses, and then I like to come home after about an hour.
Yeah, that's an arrangement that we have. In order for her to go with me, I got to bribe her with some ice cream or some kind of treat. So
guilty. Yeah.
Sherry, how long have you been a pigger? Since 2012 is when I started. 2012. That's when we moved here, right? 2012. Yeah, so 2012 July. So I guess what? 8 years. 8 years this month.
This weekend.
So 8 years. So that's cool. So not only do we have 5,000 subscribers this week, we've got 2 years making YouTube videos this week and 8 years picking this week. So all that kind of lined up. It's a trifecta. Do you put full time? Living with good life. No, I don't. I don't pick full time. I I do this part time. I only go 1 or 2 days a week. Sorry, someone was driving by. I only go once or twice a week, and that's the weeks that I can go. There's sometimes where I don't go during that week because I've got a lot of work going on. So I try to get. I try to go when I'm able to go twice a week. I try to go and do it consistently. That way, I can always put out a video every week for you guys. Because I know sometimes when I go a week or 2, 3 weeks, without posting something, I get messages, hey, where you been? Or hey, missed you, or thought you were gone, or something like that. So I do this only part time, and really, really part time. Like I said, I'll probably drive around 4 to 5 times a month. Let's see. Hello, Iris from Virginia. Hello, everyone. Purple fish, ice cream.
You go, Iris. Good trade. Yes, it is.
You're at agreement. Let's see. Some of the best finds. I'll go through some of the best finds that I've had. That tanning bed was a really, really good find. Like I said, I sold that for $600 within 4 days, and that was I couldn't believe that I found that. I fully expected that to not work when I came home, but when I plugged it in, it lit up and everything worked. The timer worked, everything. I couldn't believe it. Another great thing that I found. I was driving around in the city of Friendswood. I know some of y'all are gonna know the town, and there's a really nice patio set. It was a wicker, and it was really unique because it was like a curve shape. Like a crescent, exactly like a crescent shape. The seat, and then it had an ottoman that made it a full circle. So the ottoman was a crescent this way, and the seat, and they kind of locked in, and inside it was kind of wavy, so it was like a little wave like that, and it was such good condition. The only thing that was wrong with it was that it needed to get reupholstered. So I went to this guy that lives. He has a shop here in close to where I live, and I got the cushions reupholstered. I think I spent about $300 or $200. Was it like $250?
Mm-hmm.
About $250 getting it reupholstered, and I sold it for, I think,
over $5.
I think it was like $550 or $600.
Yeah.
So that was a really good find. I've actually found. Let me see that bag.
I wanted to keep it.
Yeah, she wanted to keep it, but we just didn't have any place for it. This is, and when people say, why do you look through bags? I'm gonna show you guys something. I found this in the trash, and it's in one of my videos, and I couldn't believe it. And I was going through and see what it was. One of these houses that had like 10 or 15 bags out there, and I did take my time to go through every single one of these bags to see what was in there, and I found this. I don't know if y'all can see it. The silver coin. It is graded. It's graded one of the finest gradings that you can get on silver coin. It's a 2014 Dollar Eagle early release, struck at West Point Mint. The person that I have the receipt here, and it has the people's information on here, but I kept the receipt just so I can have information on it. But I found this coin in the trash, sitting there getting ready to go to dumpster, and they paid over $100 for this coin back in 2014, I think is when it was. Yeah, 2014 is when they bought it. So had I not taken the time to go through that bag, this guy right here would have been in the landfill. And that's why you take the time. It's not gross how some people think it is, because it's mostly, especially if you know what you're looking for and what bags to look through. And this kind of stuff that you find. I've also found gold jewelry. There was one time I was going through a bag, and I brought the whole bag home, and inside that bag there was like a makeup bag about this big. It's like those little clear ones. I'm sure you ladies know what I'm talking about. It's kind of about this shape. It's got the zipper that goes on top, and it had a bunch of makeup and stuff in there. So I took it out, and I was looking at it, and I saw something shining at the bottom. And sure enough, there was 2 14-karat gold necklaces in there. One was like a herringbone style, and the other one was like a curb link. I think it's what it's called, like a Cuban link. And I think I sold those for a couple $100 each. Painting houses. Hello from New Zealand. Hello. Let's see. Any other questions?
Smitty says, buy him ice cream and he'll go too.
You want to go with me, Smitty?
Or beer would be better.
Yeah, we'll pour the beer inside a cup so no one knows what we're drinking. Like that answer. Go grab the wife. Here's a question. What's the best-selling items? I still have tools. Yeah, Bruce. Tools do sell well. I'm not so savvy on what kind of tools. I know woodworking tools sell really well. Obviously, Craftsman and Snap-on if you get lucky. I actually found, I think you'll like this one, Bruce. I found a machinist toolbox. And this is one of those times that it's in one of my videos I'll say about 2 months ago. I didn't record it because the old man that I gave it to me was outside taking trash out. And I think the toolbox is from like the 60s or 70s, and it's in almost perfect condition. It's a machinist toolbox. It's really, really big. It has multiple drawers. And I had it for sale on Facebook for like $60. And man, I was flooded with people that were interested in it. And luckily I had a good guy who came and messaged me and said, hey, look, man, let me tell you what you have. And he showed me pictures of what it was and the actual company that makes them. And I forget the company off the top of my head, but these toolboxes, brand new, sold for like $800. And he said that in the condition mine's in for used, I could probably get between $300 to $400 from the right buyer. So yes, tools do sell really well. I tend to sell a lot of patio furniture sells really well. That's in good condition. Also, like the kids' toys, like the little tykes, like the little cars, the step 2 little playhouses. That stuff sells so fast, and it doesn't. I sell it really quick, so that kind of stuff sells real fast for me. It's not that heavy. What else sells well? What do you see me selling a lot of?
It's so much randomness. Household decor.
Household decor
sells iron. Anything iron's gonna sell for $30, $40 to hang on your wall.
Yeah.
Look at Aaron.
Well, it's a Bill Tay. What's up, big dog? Hey, what's up, Bill? Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Outside of a Toy Story, you told you had other findings that Olivia had going. Wait, am I really looking at this? I think this coin that I couldn't believe this coin, finding money. So stuff like that, really situations that I just can't believe that, you find stuff. What else? Oh man, you know what I did find one time? And I was out driving around, and I think either somebody, like their boyfriend got kicked out, or I don't know, they were fighting, but there was a stack of like collectible magazines outside. And inside this, I wish I had the magazine still, I could show it to you, but inside the stack was a Kiss magazine. It was actually a Marvel comic book featuring Kiss, and it was in immaculate condition, and I sold it for $80 on Facebook. I could have probably got more for it on eBay, but I get so weary of selling stuff like that on eBay and then someone claiming that they don't get it and dealing with, fraudulent, stuff like that. So I didn't want to mess with that. But I was also real quick, not to worry about shipping, and $80. It was a really nice Kiss comic book, and also there was it was a music, like a rock magazine called Grooves back in the late 70s, and it was #1 issue of Kiss, featuring Kiss. They had just introduced Kiss to the world, and I still have that magazine. It's upstairs. The only thing I don't have is the fold out poster that went inside. So that drops the value tremendously. I think with the poster is probably about $100 magazine. Without it, it's probably about a $30 to $40 magazine. But it's really cool because that stuff is so expensive. Also in that same stack was some old Astros magazines, old Astros photographs from the 70s. There was also a sheet of Elvis Presley stamps that were unused. There was a lot of stuff in there, and I couldn't believe. That was one of the things I couldn't believe. I was really surprised.
Bye, Margie.
Margie's leaving.
Your ice cream.
Oh man,
we're gonna get ice cream.
All right, Margie. Thanks for stopping by. Diane, hello, welcome from Queensland, Australia. Thank you so much for stopping. Milan, hello from Victoria, Australia. Look at that, man. These Australians have been has been subscribing here lately. Here, I know I've told a couple of y'all, but I don't know what it is. But man, Texans love Australians. Man, we get along great. I think we share a lot of the same type of values. It's kind of like the Wild West kind of. I don't know. I don't know what it is between Australia and Texas, but we Texans, we do love you guys in Australia. So thank you so much for watching and for commenting. Hi from Canada. What's up, Canada? Also, like ASMR, could go through trash bags all day. You know what? It's so funny, Rayanne, that you say that, because I've thought about doing that. I've thought about making like a series of just ASMR. And if you guys know what that is, it's done when these people get like a really good quality microphone, and all it is just light sounds of like your fingers rubbing together, or some people do like where they're rummaging through jewelry, and it's very therapeutic to people who have like anxiety issues, different issues like that. And I've thought about doing that, of just filming, not saying anything, and just rummaging through the bags and making a series of videos like that. But I wasn't sure how popular they would be. And so I think I might do that. So thanks for saying that, Rayanne. That's a really good idea. I see something where sandals encounter any snakes. No, Seven Bells. I've never seen a snake when I'm picking. And I wear sandals. I'm wearing sandals right now. I always wear sandals. My kids laugh at me because it doesn't matter where I go. I could be going to the mall, get something to eat, and I'm always wearing my sandals.
Socks and sandals.
I'm wearing socks and sandals right now because my feet are cold. What is your best score? One that keeps you picking. Sheila, thanks for the question. My best scores are really like finding collectible stuff, because I've found, antiques. I've found anything valuable like jewelry. I've found money. That kind of stuff keeps me going back. And I always joke with my wife when I can't go driving around. I said, man, it makes me sad that I can't go today, because I can imagine the amount of stuff that's getting thrown away that I'm just missing. So anything that's valuable, collectible, because some of these items that you find, you just don't run up on, that Kiss magazine. You don't just run up on a magazine like that in great condition in the trash. It just doesn't happen, but it does. You just got to go out there and look. Let's see. In my XP, it tells you so quick. It's an hour's price way too low. Yeah, you're right. My vicarious life, that sometimes if it does sell fast, it means it's priced too low. But when you get as much stuff as often as I do, I can't hold on to stuff. I don't have a warehouse to store the things in. Is literally my garage, and I've got a spare room upstairs where I keep some of the finer items. And if I try to get every penny out of it, then it's going to stay there for a long time. And be honest with you, when I first started doing this, I would pick up furniture, and I would sell it for really cheap to people who did repurposing. And it's one of the things I did enjoy doing, because if I find an antique rocking chair and it needs work, and I can sell it for $20 to this person who's going to redo it, well, you're kind of helping an entrepreneur maintain and keep their business going, because they buy it for $20. They spend hours fixing it up, and before you know it, they're selling it, and maybe sell it for $150, $200, which is fine because they put the time into it to get it fixed up and sell it nice. So you're helping small businesses, you're helping an entrepreneur. So yeah, some of the items, they probably will be cheap, but is not to be greedy. I'm finding it for free, so it's 100% profit for me. I use the cash to do all the maintenance on my truck. When I get gas in my truck, I try to use the cash that I have from the sales that I make. So let's see what's going on.
Purple fish. I want to go through my 86-year-old mom's house thoroughly now. Who knows what I'll find.
Purple fish, yes. Some of the best stuff that I found is at an estate sale, from people getting rid of their stuff, or when someone sadly, I've seen stuff when you just know that someone might have passed away or got moved to like an old folks home or retirement home. I've seen a whole box of stuff that belonged to an old lady or to an old man that they moved out, and it's a whole bedroom full of stuff. And I found some really, really good stuff in there too. It's kind of sad, but people throw away their loved ones, things like that. But some people just don't have nothing to do with it. But that's why I go, because I find it. Dead animals. Sheila, yeah, there's dead animals, live animals. Over here in the South, in Texas, in Houston area, we have a lot of possums and a lot of raccoons, and sometimes you'll come across an armadillo or two. But as far as dead ones, I mean, all the time. Not in the trash. I've never found like a dead dog in the trash, something like that. God, I think that would be traumatizing because we do love our dogs, and I don't think I'd want to run across that. Lolita Queen sells a lot. Hello, Lolita from Dallas. Yes, track bash compilation. I might do that, Rayanne. I might do that. Abilene, what's up, Teresa? Do you go together sometimes? Yeah, Sheila. Was that Sheila that asked that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, she goes with me sometimes, and I got to bribe her with ice cream for her to go with me.
After I'm done with my ice cream, drop me off at home.
Yeah, she's usually about an hour with me, hour and a half, and then I drop her off because she's like she said earlier. I tend to be out there for a few hours. Diane, small profits, quick returns is the way to go. Yep, I think you're right. What the Hells, Milan? I used to watch What the Hells, and I forget what his name was. And him and I remember his girlfriend's name is like a guy's name, which always threw me off. I can't think of their names right now, but they do the pickings, not the picking, but the lockers.
Mm-hmm.
And it's petty why I don't watch their channel no more, but it's a reason for me. And their thumbnails, every single one of their thumbnails, they got that stupid face, and to me it's fake. I've done that one time and I hated that I did it because that's not me. I'm a really chill, mellow guy. And when I did that, I think I took about 50 pictures to try to get one that looked halfway decent. But yes, George, her name is George, is a weird thing. But now they've got good videos. They've got really good videos, and they find some really amazing things. And Jeremy, he's a really, really smart guy. But I don't know. I just his thumbnails kind of got on my nerves. It's petty, but that's the reason I don't watch him no more. George. Yep. If you mention ice cream again, I have to make you roll. Mm-hmm. Cool. What's the best thing she has found for herself while they're picking? Well, I don't know if we find stuff that you've kept. I know I found stuff before. Like I said, she doesn't go very often, and when she does go, it's a very short amount of time.
I have some home decor I keep. If I like something to put on a entry table or hang on the wall, I'll keep it. And then I get tired of it and I sell it and I get something else he finds. So it keeps things fresh at the house.
Yeah.
I don't mind it. A lot of stuff is like really good and new looking, so I don't mind that stuff, and it's free, so I like that even better. So
I pay for it when you get it for free, right?
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Jeremy and George.
Yeah, I keep a lot of home decor. I think that's mostly it.
Yeah. I could look around right now and see stuff that we've either bought at a garage sale or that I found in the trash. Because this stuff gets real expensive. It gets real expensive.
Bruce Junker, do you ever do big box stores like some of the other pickers?
Do you mean like dumpster diving? Is that what you mean, Bruce? I'm not sure if you mean dumpster diving at the big box stores. I've gone dumpster diving a couple times, and I've gone through some boxes, some stores, and there's only one store that I've had any luck going to a dumpster, and that's at Walmart. I've hit big time twice. The first time I was out there, just happened to be driving by, and I saw they had this big yellow. Yeah, see, Walmart. Walmart's the only one that I've ever had good luck at, and the reason being is that these towns, even though they're small, they're new, and most of the stores over here have trash compactors, so you don't ever get a chance to even look through it. But at a Walmart, I did go to once before, and my wife's brothers, they're big time hunters, and I looked inside the thing, and there was a bunch of feed, not just regular corn, but like the high end, bags of corn and different feed with proteins and all the stuff to get these antlers to grow on these deer. And if it wasn't raining, I would have gotten more because every time I would try to pick up the ones at the bottom, they would rip. So I think I want to say I filled up my entire bed of my truck with corn with deer feed, and they ended up taking it out to lease. My brother-in-law owns some property down in South Texas, and he used it down there. So that was a real good score. Another time I went to that Walmart, that same bin, and they had brand new in box strollers, car seats, walkers, high chairs, all sorts of baby stuff. Every single one of them was brand new in the box, had not been opened. So I ended up filling up my truck. I want to say twice. I think I went back twice and filled it up twice with that stuff. Mm-hmm. But other than that, I've never had any luck at the big stores. Let's see if I'm stop picking. Go back to these questions. Purple Fist, is that on you too? Yeah, love the pricks, price free. Yep. I find his antics embarrassing and screaming just too much. Diane, I think I'm with you, man. You know, he's over the top, and it's okay, you know, to have a personality that's very over the top. Some of my friends are that I love very much are kind of are really extroverted, but this guy pushes it. It's to the point where it's fake, and that's one thing I don't ever want to do on this channel is to be fake. I'm not going to speak a lot just to speak. You know, I'm not going to be overly excited over something just to be overly excited. You know, I find something that's cool and I give you a thumbs up, and that's me, you know, and that's really all I want to do. Big lots. Agree. I love what you do. Also do it. I just don't record. I regret it when I get home. Yeah, Lita, just get a GoPro camera, man. You know, where's my camera? See, this is my camera right here. This little guy right here. I bought this with the money that I sold, with the money from selling stuff that I found in the trash. You could buy a used one for $100. You know, if you want to get the brand newest one, they're like $300-400. But I have this little bitty camera. It's so easy to hold. You can either hold it in your hand while you're picking, or they've got chest mounts, they've got head mounts, they've got all different types of mounts. I've even seen like Tanya in her videos. She has a backpack and she has it mounted, strapped onto her back right here, to her shoulder right there. So these guys right here, real easy to carry around. You don't need a big camera, and it's real easy. You just upload or transfer the media from your camera to like your laptop or your iPad and make your videos. It's real easy. Gotta run. Talk to you, support, peace. All right, my vicarious life. Thank you so much. Enjoy your video. 7 Bells. 7 Bells, yes. 7 Bells has been one of my subscribers for a really, really long time. So I especially want to give thanks to people like her or him. I think it's a her, because they're the ones that have been there since day one, really, and always commenting, always leaving positive feedback, always liking, and those are the people that I appreciate the most. I appreciate all of you guys, but people like 7 Bells, I really appreciate you the most. Thank you so much. Let's see, what was your question? The last video, big score. When did you sold? Yeah, let's auction. What? Any estate sales needed for Jory? The last video, big score, was when you sold the Atlas auction. I don't know what she means. I think you've asked me about selling jewelry. What I need to do, I got a bunch of jewelry. I got a lot, and I need to post it on eBay. Good thing is that I do start my 2-week vacation starting today. So you can probably, if you guys follow me, you know, I put a link. If you guys, when you're watching the video, underneath the video, you see description, hit read more and go all the way to the bottom. You'll find my Facebook. I've got a Facebook page where I sell all my stuff. And if you see something that you like, just message me. Say, hey, look, I'm a viewer. I'm a subscriber to your channel, and I'm interested in this item. And I'll always sell it to you guys for cheaper than what is listed for. Always, always, always. We can figure out shipping and all that stuff through Messenger, or if you just want to do it through eBay, I'll probably start posting some jewelry here. I'm not sure if I want to post stuff like individually because that takes so much time, or if I just want to make lots of stuff. So those of you that buy stuff, what do y'all think? Do you guys rather buy like an individual piece, or would you rather buy like a lot? Like I know some people have done like the jars that they fill up a jar full of jewelry. I wouldn't even know how to start doing that. I'll have to go look it up, see what people do, because I'm not really sure. Any other questions? Yeah, I call this my lucky coin. I keep this. I don't think I'll ever sell that coin. That's one I showed you guys earlier, because I think it's one of the coolest finds, and I don't think I'll ever sell it. Freestyling versus using the treasure map is paying off. My scores are better that way. Yes, absolutely, Travis. Travis with Bartermania again. Check out his channel. Really cool guy. Really knowledgeable. Really, really smart. Freestyling is always better, and I tell that to my wife. My wife now, she does go garage selling with me a lot more than she does go trash picking. And I would much rather see a little bitty sign sitting out there on a curve, or saying garage sale, that I didn't see on Craigslist, I didn't see on any of the apps, I didn't see on Facebook, because while everybody else is hitting all these other sales that are being advertised, it's likely that no one's going to the other one, and that's where you're gonna find the good stuff. That one people. Yeah, Lolita, I get told that a lot. In every single one of my videos, I get told, you passed on this or you passed on that. If I could take this laptop with me and show you my garage, you know what? Matter of fact, in my next video, I'm gonna let you see what my garage looks like and see what my spare room looks like. It's a lot of stuff, and there's absolutely no way that I keep everything, because even if I sold it for $1, it's way too much, and there's no way I'd be able to keep all this stuff. It's way too much. Plus, I know, but see, the thing is, also, I go at night, and I know that there's gonna be guys going in the daytime. They're always there in the daytime. Oh Lord, what's up, Mr. J?
Oh Lord, because all the stuff in all the garage.
Oh, he knows. See, yeah, Mr. J's seen it. You try to go to get a beer out of my fridge in there, and you got to move stuff around. Yeah. Mrs. Murphy's House of Thrift. Hello, Mrs. Murphy. Thank you so much. Yeah, Mr. J, the garage is something serious. Which place is best for selling? Bruce, I agree with you. Facebook Marketplace is the best place that I saw. So 85% of all my stuff on Facebook. You get a bunch of spam, a bunch of tire kickers on Craigslist. Craigslist used to be the place to go, but not anymore. I don't think I've sold anything on Craigslist in over 2-3 years.
Oh yeah, remember the $800 guy who bought all that jewelry?
Oh yeah,
that was good. That was fun.
Oh yeah, that's right, man. That was a great score. And so I'm going to touch on two subjects: that jewelry that Seven Bells is talking about, and the low key, garage sales that Bartermania is talking about. I went to the garage sale. It was an estate sale, and did I film there? Yeah, I did. I did film being there too. There was absolutely nobody there. There was absolutely nobody there. I was the only person there first thing in the morning, and I was walking around the house, kind of, seeing what was there. Was so much to look at, and I just happened to ask this lady, "Do you have any jewelry?" And she goes, "Yeah." She took me to the back room, and she literally had the jewelry in a jewelry box. And if this lady would have left that stuff there, she would have been robbed blind. People would have been in there pocketing stuff, because it was her and two other people. I don't know if it was her brother or husband or who else, but it was a man and another woman and her. And she was going through all the jewelry, and I said, "How much do you want for everything?" I think I offered her $100, and she said, "Awesome," and I took it, and I sold all that stuff plus some other ones for like $800. About a week later, 2 weeks later? Mm-hmm. It was shortly after. So yeah, I'm glad you remember that, Seven Bills. I do remember that, but just good news for your wife. Force her. Yeah, no duh, man. Travis, I try to keep that garage clean as much as I can, but it's right now it's just bad. It's semi-organized. Like, I got part of the garage that I know stuff that I've taken pictures of, and it's listed and it's being waited to be sold. And then I've got like the front third of it, that stuff that I haven't taken any pictures of yet. So some of the big stuff moves fast. Like I've sold a bunch of stuff this week that I found that you guys haven't even seen yet. The video haven't even seen yet because it's not out yet. But I find it and I post it and I sell it. I find it, post it, and I sell it for the bigger things. It's the smaller stuff that hangs around that are good garage sale items that kind of take a long time. The live video has been a lot of fun getting to know you and your family. We love you so much. Congrats. Purple Fish, thank you so much. Are y'all the ones that said you have 10 people that are watching in the household, Purple Fish? I think that was you. Hi, first time chatting. Love you, enjoy you immensely. Dr. Valerie Cruz, thank you so much. I really do appreciate you. Also collect coins on the side. Just don't know where to go get some. You're from Dallas, right? I'm sure there's people that get these coins that you can find an appraiser for, especially in Dallas. It's a big business city. Do I have some coins? No, I don't have a lot of coins. Yeah. Man, so what else? What else can we talk about, guys? You have any questions? Feel free to ask any questions. They don't have to be just directly related to picking. You can be about anything. I thought I wasn't sure what to expect with the live video. I've never done one before. My daughter teased me, said that there was not going to be nobody watching, only her and my wife. So, see, she's upstairs laughing at that right now. But see, it's already an hour and 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, an hour and 10 minutes. These videos go pretty quick. I didn't realize we're onto that late. And I think we've had the most like 40-something people watching. Right now we got 35, so that's pretty cool. I can't imagine that. I never thought I'd have 5,000 subscribers. I never thought people would just like to watch me go through trash and find stuff and sell it. But it's really cool. It's been a really, really cool experience. Yeah, actually, Travis, I did find a pin today at that estate sale. It's a gold tone. It's not gold, at least I don't think it is, but it's the space shuttle. It's about maybe half an inch big, and maybe I'll send you a picture later on. But I do have a bunch of like vintage NASA photos, a bunch of prints from NASA, patches, stuff like that I found in Clear Lake. That's where you find a lot of stuff. All these old retired NASA people. Time flies by. Yeah, Sheila, it does. Where's your family originally from? Well, I was born here and raised in Houston, as was my wife. My wife, her family, they're kind of in two areas, basically. Her dad's side's from East Texas, and her mom's side, they come from South Texas. On my side, my father, he's from a state called Michoacan in Mexico, and my mom and her family are mostly from California. So it's kind of weird how everybody kind of came in together. And matter of fact, you want to hear a fun story? Well, I think it's fun. The street that I grew up on, I lived there for like 3 or 4 years when I was a kid. And the year that I left, my wife moved in to like 3 houses down, 4 houses down, 4 houses down from the house that I used to live at when I was a kid. And so we knew like all the same people, the same neighbors, and
we met in high school.
We met in high school
in band.
So it's weird because if we had lived together or next to each other, we probably wouldn't have dated, just because we probably would have been friends. It would have been gross to date the girl from down the street. You know how little kids are. But we didn't meet until high school, so that's kind of neat. That literally, I think the year after we moved out, her family moved in right down the road. Let's see. Find any more military stuff? Oh, Teresa, yeah, that was a good find. My son took all that stuff with him on base, and I don't know how much he's kept, but I think he's given a lot of that stuff away, and he's kept them for himself. That was a cool video. I did find like patches, because these guys, if they want extra patches for their uniform and stuff like that, they got to buy it. Boots, just different equipment, canteens,
a pad to sleep on,
all sorts of stuff that I found in this stuff, and he kept a lot of it. Now, some of the stuff you can't use because they don't use that style of camo anymore. It changed from, I think, the 90s to now, so he wouldn't be able to use it. But where's the hat? I had that hat over here. There's a hat that I kept. I know you've seen it in my video a couple of times. I found that one in the trash. I washed it and then I started using it. Let me see. Hi, you guys are going to buy a truck. You're gonna go buy a truck, Sylvia? That's awesome. Maybe you can start picking. You're a thoughtful pickle one. Just pickle, not pickle picker. Not just giving things up so you can use reflect value. Yeah, I think I'm really blessed and real fortunate for finding some of the stuff that I find. So I try to pass the blessings on to other people whenever I can. My parents are in Texas, Midland, Texas. Yeah, they moved to California in the 50s. Okay. My gosh, what an amazing story. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. That's cool. Kathy, yes, this picking is not my full-time job. I do this. I know I've mentioned it before, but I do want to make sure I answer all y'all's questions whenever y'all ask them. I do this 4 or 5 times a month. I go picking and selling whenever I can. I have a full-time job working at an oil refinery here in the Houston area. That's my main job, and I do this just for fun. Nothing better than curb picking. You're right, Miss Murphy. That is nothing better than finding stuff for free that you can use, resell, or give away. Thanks for the live show. Sweet videos. Mama's calling for supper. All right, Bruce. Well, enjoy dinner. Thank you so much for your continued support and for stopping by, for watching the live video. I really do appreciate you. Okay. What else can we talk about?
I think that's a nice long video.
Nice long video. That's a good video. We're subs for life. Hey, you're popular. We're subs. All right. I appreciate you. Thanks for subbing, man. I do appreciate you. Was it Michoacan? Oh shit! What's up, Michoacan? Uvalde? Yeah, my wife's family's from Uvalde area, right?
Yeah, Rio Grande City. That area.
You know what? I'm surprised. You know who I'm surprised isn't here? My aunts from San Jose. Mm-hmm. I've got some family in San Jose. They're all from Michoacan. My dad from Michoacan, and they're always watching my videos, and they share my channel on Facebook. And I guess I don't know if they didn't see that I have a live video going on, but I'm surprised they're not in. Or maybe they are watching. They're just being quiet because I really can't see who's on here. Hello from Canada. Hello, Iwana. Do you ever refer to specialists for pricing? I do. When it's jewelry, I'll definitely get it. I've got a diamond tester, and I've got a friend who does gold testing, and she'll let me use her testing kit. But if it's like an antique, not recently, I guess it's been a few months. I went to a friend of mine that I worked with at my previous employer. His mom was having an estate sale. I think their dad had passed away, and they were just kind of trying to get rid of a lot of stuff. And I found that I kind of told them the stuff that I'm interested in. So I went by their house before they had to sell, and they had I bought a bunch of He-Man toys. I bought a bunch of costume jewelry that was really cool. And the lady brought out this really neat pin. It's an antique pin. And she says, hey, if you like antiques, you like jewelry, you might like this. And she sold it to me for $5. I said, okay. And now, mind you, the room that we were in was like a game room because she had all the stuff set up on a pool table for me to look at. And it was really dark, and I really couldn't see anything in there. I didn't have an eye loop or anything like that to see any of the stuff. Well, when I got home, I looked at it on the eye loop, and the pin was actually 14 karat gold. And I tested the stone in the middle was actually diamond. So we made an agreement that I have this sitting on eBay right now. Whenever it sells, I'll give her half the money whatever I sold it for. I offered to give it back to her and say, look, you can have it, and just, I didn't even want the $5 back because I got some really good stuff. But she just said, out of being honest, she was grateful and to just go ahead and sell it. And whatever we sell it for, she's going to get half. So once I get it sold, we'll sell that. Prior. Any cool stories? Let's see, we still got people here, so that's cool. I don't want to shut it off yet. How long? Do you guys watch other live videos? Because I have no idea. We have no idea how long to watch. How long have this live video going for? My wife asked me, how long are you gonna do this for? I said, I have no idea. We'll see what the audience is doing. If it starts slowing down, then we'll just cut it, shut it down. But if there's still questions coming, we'll keep it going.
Mr. J.
A lot of people have found hidden fortunes and luck with them. I don't know jack about artwork, and I have some pieces that I have in the garage that I think I need to get looked at. Just because they're sketches and they look really they look if the house that I picked these out from was probably like an $800,000 house. Here in Houston, that's big. Now in California, it might not be that big. It's probably like a $5 million house in California. But one of the coolest things that I did find that was kind of art, I found this. It's called a kalaga, I think is what it's called. It's basically like a rug, a decorative rug, and it's in from Thailand, and it's got thousands of sequences and beads, and it's from what I was told, it was from a scene from a fable from Thailand of these, like, I think they're like pixies or fairies that are sent to protect the elephants in Thailand, and it's three elephants, big giant elephants and pixies kind of around there, like jumping and playing on them, and it was professionally framed, and I sold that for $200. I think I could have gotten more, but I just couldn't find the right buyer. But
it was big.
it was
took up
humongous.
A lot of space.
It was humongous. I think the thing was about 5 feet wide. It was big. What's the best thing you ever found? I don't know. By best thing, I mean, find money. I find jewelry. Those are real cool. Collectibles. I don't think there's one thing that I say is the best, because there's so many good ones. It's kind of hard to narrow it down. But jewelry, money, antiques, collectible stuff. Yes, Dan Bill. Depends on the topic. Love watching you always search treasures. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much, Denise. So let me ask you guys a question. If I could do something to make these videos better, what do you think, guys? What would you guys suggest? What would you think would be something I could change to make this?
Kathy.
You may be there all night if people want to. Oh, well, I don't know. I don't know if I can be here all night. Congratulations, much. How do you say that? Corsicana. Is it Corsicana? Maybe. I don't know. Well, thank you for joining us, Jenny. I love to see my Texans folks here. Is that in South Texas, or where's that at? Really, I don't think I've ever heard of that town. I think it's Corsicana. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Miss J. Corsicana. She might have a quick, slip of the finger. Sandusky, Ohio here. Cedar Point. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Valerie. I'm glad you're watching from Ohio. More light. Man, that's tough. Jerry, I know, man. I've made so many changes since when I first started making these videos. I used to have the camera in my hand, and I would try to pick with, this camera and mess with the stuff in my hand. That was tough to watch. So what I ended up doing is getting a head mount for this camera. So I'd walk around with this head mount, but I would use a handheld flashlight. So the head mounted camera with a flashlight, the problem there was the flashlight was so close to the items, it created a big glare on everything. So that was hard to watch sometimes. So I ended up switching it up. I got myself a really nice headlamp that I wear on my head, and I wore the camera on my chest. The problem there was I was constantly having to adjust the camera based onto what I was looking at, because if I have it here on my chest and I'm walking, you can see everything that I'm seeing. But once I bent over to go through the bags, I'm looking out further away from me, and the camera's looking at my feet, and I'd have to pick it up constantly. And editing was such a pain because I would have to cut out so much good footage that y'all didn't see. I saw it with my eyes, but y'all couldn't see with the camera because I forgot to adjust it, or sometimes just me just being leaned over would push it down. So I rigged up something on my head mount where I can have my camera and the lamp at the same time. So wherever I'm looking, you could see, and you see everything that I'm seeing. Now, as far as more light's concerned, I don't see how I can do more light, because that lamp is got so many lumens and it's so bright. and you can. It's actually one of those lights you can adjust so it centers in towards tunneled like this, or it can be out like that. And I've got it to the setting to where you see the absolute most out of that light. And I really don't think, unless I get it, I can't have all the stuff hooked up to my head. I'm gonna look like I don't know, I'm gonna look like a weirdo out there. People might call the cops on me then if they see me with all this headlamps and cameras, and people want to use a microphone. I don't know. I might have to invent a helmet or something that I could wear when I'm out there picking. Of course I can. Yeah, 50 miles south of Dallas. To me, videos are perfect. Oh, thank you, 7 Bells. Normally let's go for an hour. Okay, an hour. Oh, so we're doing pretty good if we've already gone an hour 25 minutes. I watched some channels do live auctions. Wind shelter started. That was fun. I've thought about doing that. I told my wife maybe I should get some stuff and do auctions, but I'm not sure how that would work. I mean, I would have to have y'all pay me with PayPal or something like that, and then we'd have to message, each other to exchange information to figure out how I can ship it to you. But maybe I'll do that in another live video. I'll get, because I know a bunch of y'all like the jewelry, and I could do that, sell the jewelry through auction.
Sheila asks, have you ever had a bad experience and out late at night picking? I think when you don't find anything.
Yeah, that's really the only time I have a bad experience when I don't find anything, because no, I've never had a bad encounter with the homeowners or the cops. The cops, like I said, when they pull me over, once they find out what I'm doing, they usually ask me to just, make sure not to disturb the homeowners, and to make sure that if I see something suspicious, to give them a call, and they appreciate me being out there. I'm gonna tell you a story in a minute, but and the homeowners, if they, I've been walked up on at midnight, and from them, I don't know what they were doing outside. I don't know if they went to go see what I was doing, or if they happened to be. I know there's one guy was taking out trash, and I was out there pretty late, and he had asked me what I was doing. I told him. He's like, "Oh, okay." He's like, "Well, he told me, well, all that stuff right here, this is all toys, and this is all blah blah blah," and kind of helped me out to know what to pick through. So never a bad experience, thankfully, and hopefully I don't have one, because I'm not out there trying to be mischievous or ruin somebody's day or anything like that. I just want to go out there and try to find stuff that I can reuse and resell. But it was a funny story. I forgot.
Was it funny?
I think so.
Or is it about safety? Like when you're driving around and you see suspicious people?
Oh yeah, that's what it was. Mm-hmm. That's what it was. And one thing that I've done many times when I'm driving around, there's been lots of times where I see someone that I know is up to no good. I've driven by cars where they're parked like underneath a tree, like over the overhang of a tree, and it's real dark, and they're parked in there, and they'll be like scooted down in their seat real small where you can't even see them. And I'll see them, and I'll make a point to stop, further behind them, but act like I'm like if I live there, and I open my door and I get out of the truck, like if I'm going to do something at my house, and they'll drive away. Many times I've seen that. I had one guy cuss me out because I think he was waiting to do some either breaking a car or something. I was driving by, and he was parked facing this way on the other way, and it's a long stretch of road, and had a bunch of cul-de-sacs that taper off this way, and I didn't see him at first, so I stopped and I slowed down, and I was looking down to the cul-de-sac to my right, and there was this guy sitting in his car. And I saw him turn his lights on. He started like bad mouthing me and shaking his fist at me, and he drove away. So I knew that guy was up to no good. And another time, I've seen a couple girls that were out there. I think they were just trying to get high, but they kept on driving away, and they just happened to be staying in front of me. So every time I would go stop somewhere, I would see them, and they'd go off and drive away, and they'd stop. But it was two teenagers. They were really young girls, and I don't think they were doing anything but just trying to get out there and maybe just get high. Oh, Sam live auctions. Perfect. Thank you, Purple Fish. Go with you. I'd like for you to do what you want. You go out and hold the flashlight. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Maybe hold some more light. Started watching your channel. Thank you so much. Conroe. Hey, what's up, Conroe? I don't know if my buddy Smitty's still on here, but he's from Conroe Cut and Shoot area. 1,000 plus, gotcha. Looked like an alien came to visit. Yeah, yeah, all that lights. Wondering if you were harassed or threatened by police. No, I haven't. I think I addressed that just now, but I've never been harassed by the police. They do pull you over. They're doing their job, and I completely understand. I don't ever take it personal when they pull me over because I know I would want if someone was driving around my neighborhood late at night, going real slow, looking through stuff. I'd want the cop to see what they're up to. And after the initial pullover and they talked to me, it's never been harassment. It's been pretty cordial, and they let me go on my way without any problems. You need to get home. You need to get home. What a big spotlight on it. You need to get home with a big spotlight on it. I'm not sure what you're saying, Kathy. If you want to type that again, I'm not sure if I'm reading your comment correctly. Maybe a big spotlight to hold with my hand. See, the thing is, I don't want to create too many lights and have too many people, catch too much attention because at the same time, you do want to get, I could see everything perfect. And I know sometimes it can be hard to see in the video, but at the end of the day, I don't want to be flashing a humongous light to where people are getting woken up, saying what the hell's going on out there. Oh, okay. Well, guys, if you guys don't have any more questions, I think we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. We've been on here for an hour and a half. That's longer than I thought I was gonna be on here. So any more questions you guys have for me, throw them at me real quick. If not, in the next couple of minutes, I'm probably just gonna wrap this up. So we'll see if you start seeing people fall off here. Okay. Thanks again to Mr. J and Big Smitty for the donation. You guys are awesome. I really do appreciate that. Thanks again, all you people that have been following me and subscribed to my channel for 2 years. Man, I really do appreciate you guys so very much. All the wonderful comments you guys leave for me. I do read every single one of them. I try to like and love and comment on your videos right back. I'm sorry, on your comments right back. So very much appreciate it. Thank you so much. Mr. J, thank you so much. Any good sales this weekend? Bart, Travis, I don't know, man. I didn't see any garage sales. I didn't see anything, at least on the sites. I did see a sign. Where did I see a sign in? I saw a sign in Fringewood that wasn't advertised anywhere. You might want to check that one out. I also saw an estate sale, but see, those estate sales, they advertise on estatesales.com or estate sales on net. All right, Bartermania, peace, brother. Thank you so much for stopping by, man. I really do appreciate you. Sheila, thank you so much. I do, man, I can't wait to put another video. I've got some good videos on. Like I said, I got about 3 or 4 kind of in my pocket that I need to put out. And I do that on purpose just in case if there's a week that I can't go out there, you guys still got some content that I can put out for you. How many children do we have? We've got 2 kids. My son is 20. Well, he'll be 20 in October, and he serves in the U.S. Army. And my lovely, beautiful daughter, she is 14, will be 15 in December, and that's 2. We also got. Y'all want to see our pets? Y'all want to get the babies? We got 2 what people call fur babies. We got our little Yorkie. Her name is Judy, and we have the Yorkie is Sasha, and the Pomeranian is Judy. Do you know of any other pickers on YouTube in Texas? Yes, there's this guy in Katy, Texas. His name is Mike the Scavenger, and he's got some really good content. This dude is wild. If you haven't seen him, check him out. Mike the Scavenger is on YouTube. He's got some really good dumpster diving videos, and he also does trash picking. So here's one of our babies. Look, Judy, you see that? She's our oldest one. We've had her for a few years now. I've had dogs before, and I've had big dogs. And this little Pomeranian is smarter and more obedient than any of the big dogs that I've ever had. She'll fetch, she'll sit, she lies down. I can put a treat on. And let me ask y'all a question. Being that we're talking about these dogs, I'm thinking of making about another YouTube channel for my dogs, man, because I think they're cute. Would you guys watch a channel with about puppies? Yes, Breathcast. I do watch her too, Sheila. She's got such a bubbly and real personality. Her personality is so sweet and so funny and but is not it's not fake. You know, you watch her videos and you know that's her. That's how she is all the time. I do like watching her. So this is our Pomeranian. Her name is Judy. Say hi, Judy. All right. And here is her. And here's our other little baby. This one is Sasha. Now this is the little one. She's the youngest one. She's a little rascal. I call her like a little Scrappy. She reminds me of Scrappy from Scooby Doo. She is a spoiled one, and she doesn't listen very well though. You know, she'll sit if you ask her to sit, but only if you got something that she wants. If you got a toy or a treat, she'll sit. Otherwise, she's gonna look at you and walk away. She does not let you pick her up. Look, you see? Let's see. Just picks. Mike is cool. Yes, Mike is cool. I like Mike. He's that ninja. He calls him. He's a scrap ninja. I think is what he calls himself. Yes, I have a Palm also. He's on Facebook. Patricia, you do. Oh, cool. Thank you, Sheila. I was going to make a video about them. Where's my phone? Let me see. I was thinking about making a channel for them just because I think people would like to watch them just do little dumb things. I think dogs are cute, and if you got cute ones, you should share them with everybody. I did make. I'm gonna share see if I have the picture. So this is. I want to make a channel, and this would be like their channel art or their thumbnail. It's kind of hard to see. It's kind of bright with the light on the phone, but I kind of worked on that the other day and put something together. So I'm thinking about doing that. I don't know. I might do it. I might not. We'll see. I've got some video that I've took of them already doing little funny things. So let's go back to Mama. People throw the animals, I think, just grow naturally. Yeah, I think so, Mr. J. I think people just like to watch these animals. They like to do. I saw a video the other day. It had 1 million views, and the stupid video was called "When My Dog Figures Out I'm Not Behind Him Anymore." And it's a man walking a German Shepherd. It's literally like 1 minute and 15 seconds. And he's walking with the German Shepherd, and the German Shepherd keeps on looking back and keeps on looking back at the owner. And then the owner hides behind a tree. The German Shepherd looks around, looks lost, comes back to the owner, finds him, video's done. And that video had 1 million views, over 1 million views. I said, damn, I think my dogs are cuter than that. I think I could make a channel where, you know, my dog's doing silly things and people would like to watch them. Cute fur baby. Thank you. Signing off from Virginia. 7 Bells, thank you so much. You're one of my favorites. I really do appreciate you stopping by and saying hi. Sheila, you have 7 pets? Wow. Okay. Well, folks, I think I'm going to wrap it up. So thanks again, everybody, for watching, for all the comments. Thanks for the continued support. I'm going to try to make these videos about every week for you guys and keep them going. Don't forget to share the video. All right. Share the video, guys. The more people that see you guys share too, you know, you help me out. Always like, and I really do appreciate you guys. And that's going to be it, guys. Thanks so much. I'll end like I always do. Till next time. Peace.